Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Today, we are back with another album review. But not just any album review. Today, we are reviewing Ruiner by Nothing Nowhere, which I want to say is his second album. Hold on, we're checking. Oh, so it appears it's his fourth album. Regardless, this album came out in 2018, and if you can believe, I actually have it on physical copy. It's a little bit damaged, just a tad bit, but the back isn't damaged, and yeah, cool stuff. It got stuck to another CD that was also like paper, cardboard, whatever this is. Tried to pull it apart and that didn't go well. Ruiner, baby. Okay. As far as Nothing Nowhere goes, I've reviewed his Reaper album, which is the album that came out before this one, and the dude is just one of my favorite artists, and I realized I hadn't done a review of this wonderful album, so here we are. Anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling and just get straight into things, so let's get to track one.
They think you're different, so you head for home. What else? But still, you can't forget that you're alone.
Alright, with track one, we have Outsider. This is just a spoken word intro. It sounds like it was sampled from something, I'm not sure what. But it entails things like being a loner, an outcast, and outsider. Quite fitting for an intro. It's not much else I could really say about it because it's only like a minute long. So I'm not really going to rate this one number-wise. Anyways, next.
Stay in bed, skip alarm, started feeling so stuck. It's too late to say what's in it.
So with track two, we have Reminiscer. This is one of my favorite tracks from the project. This track, as the title suggests, gives off like a nostalgic, almost reminiscing kind of vibe instrumentally. Lyrically, it's your typical Nothing Nowhere emo rap style song, but I mean that in the best way possible. Dude has the sound nailed. In the chorus, he does this high-pitched singing, kind of like a falsetto kind of singing, and we'll hear some more of that sprinkled across this project. Overall, great track. I give it a 9. Next.
I wanna shake them, wanna tell them they don't know what they got. Wish that I could travel back and try to tell me to stop. Cause I had everything, I never needed a lot. It's like I woke up one day and suddenly I grew up.
So with track 3, we have Better. So this track is similar to the last track, except the reminiscing is more in the lyrics this time. This track being one of reflecting on the past and just thinking back on younger days. How he sees kids hanging out at the same spots he did and just wants to tell them like they don't know what they have kind of thing. Questioning if it was better then or if it's all just in his head, which is a line from the chorus. It's one of the few tracks on this project with a rapping rather than singing approach, which I'm all for. And yeah, I give it a 7. Next.
So when we part ways, remember my face. We try to come back, but it's not the same. You can call back, but I don't know what to say. Was it my fault?
Alright, with track 4, we have Sinker. And if you couldn't notice, all the tracks on this project end with E-R. Anyways, so this track is where we enter into sad boy territory. The song being something along the lines of a breakup song. It's songs like these that I think Nothing Nowhere is just fantastic at making. What can I say? I'm a fan of sad songs. I only see the world looking through my curtains as a standout lyric in my humble opinion. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say about this track, so I give it an 8.5. Next.
I just made a few stacks up from first drop. It's about time that they go and take me serious. If you not feeling this, you probably delirious. I'm on one, yes I'm on one.
Alright, with track 5, we have Hammer. So this track is Nothing Nowhere's most streamed song to date, and for good reason. This is the closest thing you'll get to a braggadocious Nothing Nowhere song, this being another track with a more rap than singing approach, even though he does some singing in the hook. And I wasn't always huge on this track. It wasn't until I went through some low points that I came to appreciate just the lighter nature of the song. Not that I had a problem with it before, I just really never went out of my way to listen to it. Definitely a song that grew on me over time. And yeah, I give this song an 8.
Feeding on my demons, see you when I'm sleeping. I think I like it like the pain became my Jesus.
Alright, with track 6, we have Rejector. So he lifts you up with Hammer and brings you right back down with this beauty of a track. This song is mellow, emotional, beautiful, and just a standout on the project if I'm being honest. Definitely one I've listened to in low points, and in the words of Nothing Nowhere himself, I felt like I was in a different world when I wrote this song. I wanted to bring that world to life, and this is the result of that. I'd say he nailed it. Overall, a wonderful song, perfect for a rainy day. I give it a 9.5. Next.
Floating through my head, I got people from the past, probably hoping I'm dead. Oh no, what your mama gonna say when I tell her that I broke your heart?
Alright, with track 7 we have Ruiner. So the title track is another one of my favorites. The instrumental being a great mix of pretty guitars and a nice drum break. Nothing Nowhere once again takes a rapping approach for the most part. He does some singing in the latter half of the second verse along with the hook. Overall, this is a rather unique track in my opinion. I'd say it sort of pioneered the emo rap with a drum break sound. I mean, anytime I hear a song with a similar style instrumental, I think of Ruiner, so that's just my stance. Anyway, I give this song a 9. Next.
There's nothing to say, no. There's nothing to say, no. There's nothing to say, no. There's nothing to say, nothing to say no.
Alright, with track 8 we have Sayer. Now this is probably my least favorite track on the project. Not that it's bad, it's just never really been my thing per se. If you ask me, this is Nothing Nowhere's attempt at a more pop style song, which isn't a bad thing. I'm all for artists dabbling in genres they don't usually do. I at least get pop vibes from the chorus. If emo pop is a genre, this would probably fit under that category. There's not really much else to say about this track. I give it a 6.5. Next. Alright, with track 9 we have Vacanter. So here we have a pretty much all singing track in the style of the more rapping tracks we've seen before, which is a nice combo. The track lyrically is your typical Nothing Nowhere sad lyrics. I don't know how else to describe it. I can't help it, if I could I would change it. It's a great lyric. Overall it's just 2.5 minutes of a nice emo rap vibe. I give this track an 8. Next.
How come all I see is your face when I look to the sky? Man, I thought it would last, but it passed me by, cause and I can't go back.
Alright, with track 10 we have Changer. So the previous track transitions into this track, which I can always appreciate. This track being much more of a venting type song than anything. It seems like Nothing Nowhere just needed another song to rap his emotions rather than sing. Though there is some singing in the chorus, this track is much more rap focused. It's relatable at some lines, and other lines you feel for him. It's a nice little vibe. Things change, I can't change that is a simple yet nice line. And I give this song a 7.5. Next. Track 11 we have Waster. So we end things off with a pretty acoustic song. I wouldn't say it's a ballad, but the song progresses throughout. I don't have much to say about this track other than it has some nice screams in the second half of the song. Definitely a song for a rainy day. Overall just one of the many songs by Nothing Nowhere that I just appreciate for what it is. In this case, a sad boy acoustic song. But yeah, I give this song an 8. And there we have it, ladies and gents. Yeah, this is an album with songs that I've bumped a lot throughout the years, and once I realized I hadn't reviewed this, I knew I had to jump right on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling and jambling about music I enjoy. I'll keep this outro short and sweet. If you want to keep up to date with me, I make music, and I'll link my music channel in the description. No worries if not, I just like to throw that out there. And yeah, I think it's time to hit that outro. Hope you enjoyed the video. You can leave a like if you did, comment if you did, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Hope you have a good rest of your day. It's been Tiller, and I'm out. That was my chair. Peace.